Hi there! Thank you so much for joining me today. This is Julie DiMatteo from the paperpixie.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the US, and in this video tutorial, I'm going to show you two different ways to make this Double Nugget Treat Box. One version is in portrait and one version is in landscape, so I'm going to show you both ways. And we're using products from the Boho Indigo product medley as well as the rectangular postage stamp punch, which perfectly fits the front of these boxes. So let me show you how easy these are to make. This version is in Misty Moonlight, but today I'm going to show you a Night of Navy version. And I've got two pieces that are cut. We're going to score both of these. The first piece of Night of Navy measures 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. You can get 5 of these out of one sheet of 8 1/2 by 11. Along the 3 1/4 inch side, we're going to score both sides at 5/8 of an inch. Just rotate your cardstock 180 and score it at 5/8 again. Then along the long side, or the 4 1/2 inch side, we're going to score this at 1 3/8, 2, 3 3/8, and 4. That's all the scoring for this piece. The next piece measures 2 5/8 by 5 3/4. Again, you can get 5 of these out of a sheet of 8 1/2 by 11. Along the 2 5/8 inch side, we're going to score both sides at 5/8 of an inch, just like the other one. And then on the long side, or the 5 3/4 inch side, we're going to score this at 2, 2 5/8, 4 5/8, and 5 1/4. Next, we're going to fold and burnish both pieces on all the score lines. We're going to start with the landscape version. I'm actually going to turn my template this way because we're going to start with the 1/2 inch section along the bottom. This is the 1 3/8 section at the top. I'm just going to come in with my paper snips and cut up each of the vertical score lines, stopping at the second horizontal score line, and I'm going to cut just to the inside of the score line. So you'll see the score line is on that outside edge there. Same thing on the opposite side, just inside that score line. Then on these two outside pieces, we're just going to remove this outside section. And then I'm just going to fold this out of the way. We're going to come in and notch these two tabs. In doing so, you're actually removing the score line completely. Like so. Now I'm going to turn it sideways, or in landscape mode. I'm going to cut up each of the vertical score lines here, but stopping at the first horizontal score line. Again, I'm going to cut just to the outside of the score line. So we're leaving the score lines on the tabs. Okay. Then I can come in, fold these out of the way, and we'll notch that tab. Again, that's pretty much removing the score lines from the tab. Like so. We're going to repeat the same thing on the opposite side. There's our piece cut right now. Next, I'm going to come in with the detailed trio punch, and we're going to round the corners of this top flap. I'm just going to fold the cardstock out of the way here so we have a flat edge along the side. Just feed that into the punch and round those two corners like so. Then I'm just grabbing the retired 1/2 inch punch, but any size tiny circle punch or something like that works. We're just going to put a little finger notch on the opposite side of the flap, like so, just a little bit there. All right, that piece is cut and ready for designer series paper, and it now looks just like our template. All right, bringing in our template for the portrait version of this Double Nugget Treat Box, I'm going to turn this upside down because the same thing. We're going to cut up each of these vertical score lines, stopping at the second horizontal score line, and I'm cutting just to the inside of the score line. We'll remove these two outside corner sections. Then I'm going to come in and notch those two tabs. Okay, so the top's done. I'm going to turn it sideways. We're going to do the same thing to the side tabs here, just to the outside of the score lines. Repeat on the opposite side. The next thing we'll do is bring in the detailed trio punch. Fold those edges out of the way so we can round these top two corners. Then again, just grabbing a little 1/2-inch circle punch or a small circle punch to put in a little finger notch there. All right, now that looks like our template. So those are really easy to make. All depends on the orientation of the box that you want to end up with. Okay, now next we're going to start to decorate the outside of the box. I've got a piece of very vanilla cardstock here, and I'm going to punch out 2 of the rectangular postage stamp punch pieces. And I have 2 pieces of designer series paper from the Boho Indigo product medley or the Boho Indigo refill, and these measure 1 1/8 by 1 3/4. And I'm just going to glue those down to the postage stamp punch pieces. If the pattern paper you're going to be using is directional in nature, you want to make sure that you cut the paper either in landscape or portrait mode, depending on the pattern of the paper and the direction of the box that you're going to be adhering it to. So the next thing I'm going to do is just adhere these directly to our boxes. Easier to do it now than when the box is already put together. And this panel is going to adhere to the section that doesn't have the little finger notch. So I'm just going to place that right, and it fits right inside the score lines. Perfect fit for this box. And I love that little postage stamp detail around the edge. We're going to do some quick stamping using the Boho Indigo stamp set and the sentiment thank you. I'm going to stamp this in Night of Navy onto Very Vanilla. Then I'm going to come in and punch these out with the classic label punch. And then on one of them, I'm just going to snip off straight edges. The other one, we're going to do the same. But then I'm also going to cut the words thank and you in half. All right, so this one that we kept together, I'm just going to add liquid glue to the back. And we're going to adhere that to the bottom of our designer series paper piece here. This one I'm going to start with you. Glue it down in the lower left corner. And that's going to leave a little bit of room for a little flower there, which we'll put on last after we put the box together. All right, now it is time to start putting these boxes together. Super easy. I'm actually going to adhere these center tabs to the outside of the box. Now the last sides that we're going to glue down are these ones that have the tabs sticking up. So we're going to wait to put glue on those. I'm just going to do 1 tab at a time here. And I'm just going to glue that to the outside. That just makes sure that the nuggets will slide into the box without catching on the tabs. So real easy, I'm just folding it right over that outside. Because we notched it, that shouldn't get in the way. So it looks like that. And then we can just put liquid glue here on the side panels, not the tabs. And we're just going to fold that right over the sides there. Should be pretty easy to square up. And I'm just using my finger on the inside of the box and the outside of the box to adhere that down. Okay. And look at that, the box is so cute. I love this. There we go. We'll put our Hershey's Nuggets in it in just a minute. Now we're going to adhere the next box. It's going to be the same way. So these sides are going to go down last. We'll flip it over. Put glue on the back side of one of the tabs, and then that is going to adhere to this section. Repeat the same thing on the other tab. Okay, like so. We got both of those tabs adhered to the outside. Next, we'll put glue on this side panel here, not the tab. so. And then we'll just square those edges up. Fold the other side. Super quick and easy to do. Look at that. Oh, so cute. All right, so I've got 4 Hershey's Nuggets that I've already got dressed up. For that, I had 4 pieces of the designer series paper, and these measure 1 inch by 3 inches. What I did was I just adhered a strip of tear and tape just to the top back edge of that 1 by 3 inch piece. I'm going to take the wrapper off of one of these to show you. I'll peel the backing off. And then what we can do is just tightly wrap that designer series paper around the Hershey's Nugget to dress it up a little bit. No naked nuggets. Like so. Quick and easy. For the portrait box, those are just going to slide in landscape. Okay. For the landscape box, those are going to slide in portrait. Perfect fit for both of those. Love this little box. And the last thing is I'm going to grab 2 of the paper flowers that come in the Boho Indigo product medley, as I grab a whole bunch. And I'm just going to stick those on with mini glue dots. Grab my take your pick tool, place one here, so cute, and one up here. And there we have our Double Nugget Treat Boxes, both in landscape and portrait mode. This version was in Night of Navy, this version in Misty Moonlight. A super quick and easy to make multiples of, as shower favors, as a little thank you for any delivery drivers, to leave with a tip at a restaurant. Just a really cute, sweet treat box, and who wouldn't love 2 chocolates instead of 1? So thank you so much for joining me. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and hit that bell icon so you don't miss my next video. If you're interested in purchasing any of the Stampin' Up! Products I used today, they'll be linked in the description. And I'll also include a link to my detailed blog post with all project measurements, details, and pictures of the templates. I'd love to have you come visit me at paperpixie.com, where I post projects every weekday to inspire you. And if you don't want to miss a thing, you can subscribe to receive blog updates, and you'll receive an email each time I publish a new blog post. You can shop with me anytime at paperpixie.com/shop. If you'd like a discount on your Stampin' Up! Purchases, the starter kit is the ultimate bundle, and it's a great way to get your wish list for less. I'd love to have you join my team of Paper Pixies. You can purchase the starter kit at paperpixie.com/join. And if you don't already have a demonstrator and you'd like a complimentary copy of one of our catalogs, you can order catalogs through me at paperpixie.com/catalogs. And if you give this project a try, I'd love to see what you made, so feel free to share it on social media with the hashtag paperpixie, and I'll be sure to check it out. Thanks again for watching. I hope you have a wonderful and blessed day. Take care. Bye.